Many vehicles use a media-oriented systems transport or MOST bus for their infotainment communications. In this module, we'll take a look at how it works. MOST is a high-speed multimedia network technology designed to be used in the automotive industry. It can be used for applications inside or outside the vehicle. Until recently, only very few entertainment-related control units were networked. Modern technology has meant that more multimedia applications are moving into the mid-range markets. More components are being installed in each vehicle, with components increasingly being networked with each other, as well as the need for increased bandwidth to cater for the audio-visual applications. MOST was developed by the collaboration between the automotive and the electronics industries to create a cost-effective and reliable high-speed network. Today, MOST is managed by an organisation called the MOST Cooperation. Here is a comparison between LIN, CAN, FlexRay and MOST. It can be seen that the transfer rate can be up to 150 megabits per second, and the system requires a timing master. The early versions were only optical, but the later versions of the MOST bus can be both optical and wired. The MOST bus usually uses ring topology and synchronous and asynchronous data communication to transport audio, video, voice and data signals. An advantage of using ring topology is that it is less likely that an interruption to the bus will cause a lack of communication. In a MOST network, one device needs to be the master of the network. This device will be the so-called timing master, and all other connected devices are slaves. There are three variations of the MOST bus. MOST 25 is an optical network with a data transfer rate of just under 25 megabits per second. It has a sampling rate of 44.1 or 48 kilohertz. Each frame consists of 512 bits, and a block consists of 16 frames. MOST 50 can be an optical and/or electrical network with a bit rate of 50 megabits per second. Each frame consists of 1024 bits and can hold 117 bytes of data. The latest is MOST 150. Like MOST 50, it can be an optical and/or an electrical network. Frame length is increased to 3072 bits, which is about 6 times the bandwidth of MOST 25. There's also an Ethernet channel with adjustable bandwidth. MOST 150 will be capable of transmitting all infotainment data, even video, throughout a vehicle. Conversion between optical and electrical data in a node takes time. This is done by the network gateway. There is a system built in to compensate for this delay. In the electrical network, the delay is so small that there is no need for delay recognition. The optical layer is a plastic optical fibre, or POF. Transmission is done in the red wavelength at 650 nanometers. Plastic optical fibre is resistant to electromagnetic interference, or EMI, can handle high data rates, weighs very little, has no radiation, uses simple connectors, does not create any hum loops, and is cheaper than glass fibre. The transmitter uses a light-emitting diode, or LED, and the receiver uses a photodiode. In the electrical layer, the connection is balanced and uses a twisted pair. This is a breakdown of the information in a transmission for MOST 25. The preamble consists of 4 bits. It synchronises the MOST core and its internal functions to the bit stream. The boundary descriptor again is 4 bits and is used if synchronous as well as asynchronous data is transmitted in one frame. The data can have up to 480 bits and contains all the information being transmitted. This is followed by the control information and finally the parity bit, which is used for error detection. Let's have a look at the system on a vehicle. Most of the infotainment system is in the boot of this vehicle. It's a typical ring topology. The fibre optic cable comes from the front of the vehicle to the DVD player, from the DVD player to the amplifier, from the amplifier to the audio unit, and then from the audio unit back up to the front of the vehicle. If we disconnect the optical fibre, we can see the lights flashing. So that's our look at the fundamentals of Mostbus. It's a very fast and reliable network, capable of supporting all of the infotainment demands of the modern vehicle. Knowing how systems operate will help your diagnosis. And remember, training is the key to your success. Bye for now.